mastered Deku, the main character of My Hero Academia, and is the mastered variant of the very first character in this game. So, let me simply describe him shortly first. Also, I won't use my own opinion, but I will objectively analyze these characters and tell their strengths and weaknesses. So I won't decide based off of what I think about them myself. So, Master Deku mostly excels at aerial mobility, stalling, keeping space and control, and punishing. He has a passive-aggressive type of playstyle. Now, knowing the sweaty community of Battleground players, a lot of them hate even hearing the word passive. But sadly for you, not every character is supposed to be Guru from the strongest Battlegrounds. Cope with it somehow, but not by complaining about it. But anyway, so back to the main topic. By that I mean that the best way to use Deku V2 is by being generally passive, mostly stalling the enemy, doing chip damage to keep control and provoke the enemy, and then, once an opening appears, like the enemy having his dash and ragdoll cancel on cooldown, or having their guard down, you can go and beat the shit out of the enemy with a nasty combo. Since Deku V2 literally has 3 combo extending moves, and one of them being a combo finisher, it's kind of like Deku acts in the anime. He just analyzes and keeps space, but then beats the shit out of the enemy when given the chance. Alright, now that I explained his playstyle, let's move on to his moveset. His first move is Quintuple Smash, a grab that deals 15 or 20 damage I think. The move is blockable, but the move's last punch isn't, though you generally will never use it against a block even if you tried, since it has an extremely tiny range and an end lag if missed. It's only intended for a combo. His next move is Electric Smash. It just slightly sends you into the air to do a kick that down slams and bypasses block, but it has an end lag and is not reliable outside of a combo. And also, the higher you are, the more damage it deals, but you will generally not land it from a massive height if the opponent isn't brain dead. The next move is Vicious Grab. The first variant grabs the enemy and blows them into the air, dealing 10 damage. And now, the most important thing about his moveset, the second variant. This variant allows you to do a Delaware Smash into the ground and send yourself into the air. This variant has a very short cooldown and sends you like really nicely high into the air. And also, since you do a Delaware Smash into the ground, anyone near the small area of the impact will get slightly knocked back and damaged, meaning it's a perfect move to use when you are unsure of where to dash or how to dodge, especially when your dashes are on cooldown and you are in a bad position, meaning it's an insanely easy way to dodge upwards without any risk at almost any time. And it's also extremely helpful against teamers, and it provides you with aerial mobility. That's one of the core moves of Deku V2, I'd say. And his next move is Shadow Whip or Black Whip. This move sends out a tendril. It has a decent range. It's blockable. It has a short windup and a decent end lag. This move is perfect for stalling and keeping control of the battle, but you have to use it with more caution rather than the second variant of the third move. For example, after using second variant of the third move, the moment you will nearly land on the ground again, you can use this move early on, and 9 times out of 10, you will most likely land the move. It knocks back the enemy and does 7 damage. Or you can simply use it when the enemy has their guard down or when you don't want to risk it by dashing. But remember that it still has an end lag. If the enemy is in a good position and you will miss the move, you're going to get punished for it. So be strategic using this move. But wait, that's not all. This move has another variant. If the enemy is in the air or ragdolled, instead, you will grab the enemy with the Black Whip, swing them around and slam them into the ground. And yeah, it's also a combo extender. But this variant is only possible in a combo or in a specific situation. His burst uses his 6th quirk, the smoke screen. It creates a dense purple cloud of smoke. It makes you invisible when the cloud is active, whether you are inside or outside of it. And when you dash or when the cloud disappears, you will be visible again. This move is perfect to catch enemies off guard, and his passive gives him 4 permanent ultimate dashes. They are useful during a killing spree to catch enemies off guard or to suddenly appear behind them, allowing you to easily land a dash. So, I will be honest, I won't cover the awakenings of each character that much, since awakenings mostly require good aim and basic skill to win, and all awakenings in the game require an aggressive playstyle. But in short, Deku's awakening consists of 4 moves that are just a dash and grab, and one of them being a long-ass dash, and 3 of them also combo extending, meaning that Deku's awakening is the only awakening meant for combos. With that being said, let's move on now. So, now that I explained his playstyle and moveset, let's now move on to the strengths and weaknesses. Deku V2 excels at keeping control of the battle, having space, aerial mobility, stalling, pressuring your enemy and punishing. With the air variant of Vicious Grab, you are literally unable to be pressured by your enemy. And whenever you're in an awful position and your dashes are on cooldown, you can just use this move without any risks. And if you need to reset the tension while doing chip damage, you can use Black Whip. And when the right moment comes, you become aggressive in a battle. And when I say his playstyle is passive-aggressive, I mean that you play passively, but you are almost always dominant. Your enemy has to sweat their balls out just to be able to keep up at your pace because of how much you control and stall the fight. Meaning that while they focus on keeping up with you, you can take advantage of that and go aggressive when their guard is solely on keeping the pace the same. That disrupts their flow easily. And then you can beat the shit out of the enemy with an easy and powerful combo. So from that, you can't be pressured in a battle, you can punish the enemy with a powerful combo, and you will be able to get out of any situation risk-free. Even teamers will have a hard time defeating you, meaning that almost under every circumstance, you will have the control of the battle. But now, here come his weaknesses. He's not versatile or complex. Skill-wise, the way you can use him to his full potential is complex, but his moveset itself? Not really. Aside of grabbing, flying, and snatching at a middle range, you are technically not able to do anything else. These 3 aspects are all his base moveset is about, and his ultimate is just dash and grab. Skill-wise, you can easily become a beast, but technically, nothing insane. So what rating will I give to him? 9.5 out of 10. He'd be an easy 10, but him being simple technically is what keeps him away, meaning that he can pressure the enemy easily, but he's not unpredictable.